Good morning, guys. Feeling rough this morning. Ellis did not sleep well, so Christina and I, neither one got a lot of sleep. I think she got less than I did. And after everybody left this morning, I realized that apparently one of my bandages, I think the one here on my elbow, leaked out all over the place, so there's blood all over the bed. So I'm gonna try to deal with that today, or when Christina gets home, maybe we'll deal with it together. I don't know. But it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm feeling horrible. I'm gonna go back to bed for a little bit. Never mind, won't be going back to bed. I'm gonna be pulling the sheets off and spraying, treater and everything and putting them in the wash, so no place to sleep. Much better. Showered, cleaned up, new bandages all over. Things still look rough, but they're getting better day by day. This one over here, actually, the stuff around the bandage looks worse and actually feels worse than what's under the bandage. But that's mainly just bruising and scratching, so there's no reason to cover it up. The funny thing is, I think the worst part of all of it is putting the bandage on my knee because there's so much hair on my legs. I have to actually kind of pull the hair out from the bandage. So I just pulled out Christina's little bathroom scissors, the ones that came in her, I think it's cuticle scissors or something, and I trimmed the hair around the bandage so that whenever I move my leg, it doesn't immediately pull hair and really, really hurt. But anyway, came downstairs, filmed a very, very quick video, about 5 minutes. Haven't filmed anything in a few days, basically just explaining on the main channel why I haven't put any videos out lately. The fact that I'm covered in bruises and cuts and bandages, and turned it into a bit of a PSA for having a tempered glass screen protector on your phone. Because as I said in the other video, without that screen protector, I would have completely had to replace the whole front screen, possibly even more on the phone. So yeah, a $5 investment, $6 investment, got me 2 of them. Absolutely worthwhile in my opinion. It adds a little bit of additional thickness, but not a huge amount. That was a fun little conversation. Just my people that help clean our house came by, and we were talking about stuff and looking at stuff, and we get to talking about VR because hopefully in the very near future the HTC Vive is going to be here. Every time they come here, they basically, it's a man and wife couple, and the man always says, well, what new toys have you got? So I'll show him like new phones that come in, new headphones, things like that. And I said, well, actually, I should hopefully sometime soon have a VR headset coming in. And so I had to explain what it was and why you'd want it and what you have to use it. I came to the realization that this office, even though it looks really big on camera, especially with the wide angle lens, not going to work terribly well for VR. So he started suggesting that I make some room, do some stuff in here in the living room, because we have big open floor space, and if we moved like this coffee table out of the way, you'd have a big open area to play in, because the baby doesn't use that swing quite so much anymore. The bassinet we could move wherever, and that'd be great, except Christina's going to absolutely hate that, because that would involve having a computer in here all the time, a desktop computer, and that's a little much. Although it would work really well in here, I do have to say. But that just got us onto the topic of, well, we've also talked about the possibility of building a house. We talked about it in the vlog a little while back too, and that got the wife onto the subject of, well, there's these people here in town that are trying to sell their house, it's this much, and it's like 3 times what our house is worth, more than that. Just really, really expensive homes, and they're beautiful homes. There were a few of them in there that were just over twice what our house was worth, some that are even less than that, and it's something worth thinking about, because I'm guessing when it comes time when we start thinking about building, we're going to come to the realization of just how expensive it's going to be, so we may have to consider that, but I don't know. I'm going to put the idea forth to Christina and just see what she says, but I've got a feeling it's not going to end up working out. It still would be really nice to move to a place with a bigger office space, some office space that's actually away from the rest of the house so that I can have soundproofing and have this nice devoted area for VR, for video making that I can just go to and do my work. It'll be beautiful. And then when I'm done, come back and spend the rest of the time with the family. By the way, my little public service announcement video is up. I've had a decent amount of views and comments and everything so far. A large part of the comments being, yes, tempered glass screen protectors are great, which I kind of expected. So not bad so far. And actually, while we're here, while I'm thinking about it and talking about it, tomorrow, day 20, what's your favorite holiday? The SSS Veda question of the day. I'm always wishy-washy on these questions, these really vague questions. When I was younger, I would have said Christmas because, the magic and the spirit of the season and everything. And I do love Christmas. I love spending time with the family and being able to provide for those that I love around me. Realistically, there's this little bit of selfish Jordan in here that wants to say my favorite holiday is my birthday, because my birthday's coming up here in just under a month. And that's kind of my day. It's a day that if I could, I would take off work all the time. And I probably will take off work this year and just do what I want to do. I'll go out and fly drones or go out and play golf, or who knows what I do this year for my birthday, because that's just kind of my day. Most days I tend to do what I can for the people around me, for the family, for friends, for whoever needs something. I try to do for them. That's the one day of the year that I can say, let me take a breath. Let me do this one thing for me. Thanksgiving and Christmas, those are amazing holidays, and I love getting the chance to spend time with the family, but at the same time, I'm gonna go with my birthday for my favorite holiday because that's my day. Moving on. Well, it's been quite a little while since I turned the camera on. Christina has come and gone. I don't think I even turned it on while she was here. Duncan and I had hard dinner. We stopped and picked up pizza, and yeah, that was fine. Ellis is in there asleep. He's actually in the bassinet right now, and I just stepped away for a second. He had a bottle right before Christina left, and so he's been out basically ever since she walked out the door. So we've been just sort of sitting there cuddling and having a good time. It's already 7 p.m., which means that the night is going to very quickly come to an end for Duncan. Hopefully Christina will be back sometime at 8:30, I guess. I don't know how late she's gonna stay there. Strange thing is I'm starting to feel kind of weird and rough. I don't know if my allergies are acting up because the weather has changed so quickly or what, but I feel congested. Hopefully I'm not getting something. So it's a little while later and Ellis has woken up. We've just been hanging out and he's been smiling and talking, happy. You in a good mood now? You want to be on camera? Nope. Just want to stare at that boy in the camera. But yeah, I haven't heard anything from Christina as to when she's actually going to be back. Here in a very short amount of time, Duncan's going to have to get in the shower. That's going to be loads of fun, wrangling too, but not the first time I've done it. And yeah, other than that, we've just been sort of hanging out. There's not a whole lot else I can do. Been helping Duncan with a game that he wanted on his iPad, so that's been fun. Well, crap. I missed out on the nicest part of it, but looks like it's still sort of a pretty sunset. But I just got the message from Christina. She's on her way back. It's past Duncan's shower time. I've got to get Ellis a bottle. Too many things happening at once. Bottle time for you? You hungry? Yes, always hungry. Eating a bib instead of the bottle. Well, Christina's made it home, but as you can tell, she has stolen my chair. We got to talking a little while earlier. So I showed Christina this one place that she mentioned, and it's like, it looks absolutely gorgeous, but that has put the bug back in her face. And now she is just, house. So she absconded with my computer.
Sorry.
And we come again, my friends, to the end of the evening. It's about 10:45 p.m. Christina's long since in bed. Duncan's in bed. Ellis is asleep beside me, as he tends to do. He's got a bottle in, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes, something like that. So I'll give him that shortly, and then I'll put him to bed. The vlog's going to be done right after I finish this, because I've already edited the rest of it, which is awesome. In a lot of ways, I feel kind of bad for putting the house buying bug back in Christina's ear, but at the same time, there's so much more potential in a different house that we're not going to have in this house. You know, we've done a lot of repairs, a lot of upgrades on this house, and there's a few more things we do still need to do. But even after that, it's not going to have all of the physical space that we're really looking for, all of this, specifically what I'm looking for. But there are some things that she's wanting to upgrade as well, some different layouts that she wants, and some, as an example, we have 4 bedrooms upstairs in this house. I don't know if I've really given you the walkthrough or not, but 3 of those bedrooms are excellent size. They fit very well. The 4th bedroom is teeny tiny, and that's the one we actually use for guests. So it would be kind of nice to have 4 full-size bedrooms in proper locations, as well as a bonus room that we can use for my office that's decent sized, like the entirety of over a garage or something that I can soundproof and have just this wonderful studio space with VR and yep. I'm getting into it again. And going in a completely different direction just to wrap things up here. I was just watching Amy's video from today, Amy from SavvySexySocial.com, where the SSS and SSS Veda came from. And she was talking to a guy about doing live video, live streams to help promote your content, but also just to help interact with your viewers. And realistically, there's so much stuff that I cut out of these vlogs that I think would be okay for live streaming. The last trip that I went on, when I think I went to London or something, I did Periscope streams when I was in the airport, and that I think did really well. And that was a lot of fun. But at the same time, I think it would be really neat if I could do the live streams direct on YouTube, so I'd have the entire, workspace to work with, so I'd have the whole desktop and everything. Not anything fancy or special or lit or anything, meaning I could sit here at my desk just like I'm sitting right now with a camera in front of me, have the chat pulled up, have, different desktops I can go to so I can pull things up and read while I'm doing this. I don't know, it might be interesting to do it on the vlogging channel, because I've done live streaming on the main channel. I did a live stream where I answered questions and stuff in VR, and that was a lot of fun. That was interesting. But I don't know, maybe just to get sort of that behind the scenes, to give me somebody to talk to, as it were, in these late night type things. So I guess let me know if you guys are interested in something like that. Maybe just a half an hour or an hour a few times a week where I go live on YouTube or even on Twitch or something. I don't know. There's no way that I could do stuff without being interrupted because, of course, there's a baby there. There's always going to be a baby there, at least until he's old enough to start sleeping through the night, starting at like 8 o'clock at night or something. But it might be possible, like I said, to do a half an hour to an hour where I just sit here and talk and answer questions live. You know, if someone asks a question and it's something that I've already talked about that day, I can say, make sure to check tomorrow's vlog. I'm going to go into that in detail and stuff. It might be interesting. It might be worth doing. It might not. I'm sure there would probably not be a huge amount of viewership, but that is also, again, something that could help drive more viewership to the vlogs, to the daily videos, but something that's not archived, just something where I'm out there talking and interacting with you guys and having fun live. And it could even be stuff that I throw into the vlog for the next day as well. I'm sure the response is basically going to be, that's not a good time of the day, at least not for everybody. But again, it's just something I was sort of thinking about and throwing out there. And you know what? It's almost 11 p.m. now, so I probably ought to go ahead and wrap this up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with mostly me, but also the family. And we'll see you again tomorrow.